The first thing I noticed was how happy my husband looked. That should have scared me, and instead I took it as proof that he suspected nothing. Looking back now, I understand something I didn't then. People who have just discovered a painful truth often look devastated. People who discovered it months ago sometimes look peaceful. The barbecue was Noah's idea. A big summer cookout. Family, friends, neighbors, coworkers. The kind of gathering where everyone drifts between the backyard, the patio, and the kitchen carrying drinks and laughing at stories they've heard a dozen times before. Normal, comfortable, safe. Or at least that's how it appeared. My affair with Ryan had been going on for almost a year. 11 months. Long enough that I stopped viewing it as temporary. Long enough that I started imagining impossible futures. Long enough that I forgot how dangerous lies become when they're given time to grow. Ryan worked in commercial real estate. Confident, outgoing. The kind of man who could walk into a room full of strangers and somehow become the center of it within 10 minutes. When we first met, I told myself it was harmless. Then it became emotional. Then physical. Then routine. And eventually I stopped asking myself whether I should end it. I only focused on not getting caught. That was my mistake. Not the affair itself. The arrogance. The assumption that managing appearances meant managing reality. Around 4 o'clock, the backyard was full. Kids running through sprinklers. Music playing from outdoor speakers. People carrying paper plates piled with food. Noah moved through the crowd effortlessly. Laughing, grilling, refilling drinks, playing host. Ryan arrived about 30 minutes late. The moment I saw him walk through the gate, my stomach tightened. Not from guilt, from excitement. Which is embarrassing to admit now. Noah spotted him immediately, smiled, walked over, shook his hand. Glad you made it. Ryan smiled back. Wouldn't miss it. Neither of them looked uncomfortable. That should have terrified me. Instead, I convinced myself it meant everything was fine. The afternoon passed smoothly. Too smoothly. Every now and then I'd catch Noah watching me. Not suspiciously, just observing. The way someone watches a movie they've already seen. Around sunset, someone suggested taking a group photo. That happened at almost every family gathering. People groaned, complained, started gathering anyway. My mother insisted everyone squeeze together. Kids in front, adults behind them, couples side by side. The usual chaos. Noah grabbed his phone, then paused, looking around thoughtfully. We need somebody to take it. Several people volunteered, but Noah raised a hand. No. Then he looked directly at Ryan. You do it. Something inside me tightened immediately. Ryan laughed. Me? Noah nodded. Yeah. Still smiling, still calm. You're good with angles, right? A few people laughed. Harmless joke, normal conversation. Nothing strange. Except suddenly I felt uneasy. For reasons I couldn't explain. Ryan accepted the phone, walked a few feet away, turned toward the group. Everyone started arranging themselves, moving around, finding places, talking, laughing. Then Noah wrapped an arm around my waist. My heart nearly stopped. Not because he touched me, because he hadn't done that in months. I looked up at him. He smiled. And for a second, I almost convinced myself everything was okay. Then Noah looked toward Ryan, raised his voice slightly, and said, Make sure you get both of us. Ryan froze, only for a moment. But I saw it. Noah saw it too. The smile never left his face. Wouldn't want you missing the people you've spent the most time with this year. Silence. Not complete silence. Not yet. But enough. Enough that conversations stopped. Enough that people looked up. Enough that the atmosphere changed. Ryan slowly lowered the phone. I felt every drop of blood drain from my face. Noah. The word barely escaped my mouth. He looked at me calmly. What? Still smiling. You've both been working pretty hard on this relationship. The backyard went completely quiet. My mother frowned, confused. My brother looked between us, trying to understand. Ryan didn't say anything. Coward. That was the first thing I thought. Because the second consequences arrived, he suddenly had nothing to say. Noah finally looked around the crowd, then back at Ryan. Go ahead. Ryan swallowed hard. What? Noah nodded toward the phone. Take the picture. Nobody moved. Nobody wanted the picture anymore. But Noah continued. After all, he looked directly at me. You've both spent almost a year creating this moment. The realization started spreading through the crowd. Slowly, like a stain. My mother covered her mouth. My father looked confused, then horrified. Someone quietly said, "Oh my God." I started crying immediately. Not because I was sorry, not in that moment. Because I was terrified. Terrified of what was happening. Terrified of everyone knowing. Terrified because suddenly the secret wasn't mine anymore. When did you find out? I whispered. Noah looked at me for several seconds, then answered, February. My stomach dropped. February. It was now July. 5 months. He'd known for 5 months. Suddenly everything made sense. The calmness, the distance, the patience, the lack of arguments. This wasn't discovery. It was execution. Ryan finally handed the phone back. I should go. Noah laughed softly. That's usually what happens. Nobody said anything, because everyone understood exactly what he meant. The affair partner always leaves when reality arrives. And that's exactly what Ryan did. He walked out the gate. Didn't defend me, didn't fight for me, didn't stay, just left. The fantasy disappeared in less than 30 seconds. After that, nobody cared about the photo anymore. The barbecue ended early. People made excuses, collected children, grabbed purses, avoided eye contact. Within an hour, the backyard was almost empty. Only Noah and I remained, standing among folding chairs and half-finished drinks, the wreckage of both the party and the marriage. Then Noah handed me an envelope. I already knew what it was. Divorce papers, prepared, signed, ready. Again, that realization hit me. The one that hurt more than anything else. He wasn't angry. Not really. Angry people still hope. Noah looked like a man who had already finished grieving. Months later, after everything was finalized, I asked him one question. Why the picture? Why expose everything that way? Why make Ryan hold the camera? Noah thought about it for a moment, then answered quietly. Because pictures are supposed to capture the truth. He paused. And I wanted the last picture of our marriage to finally be honest. I still think about that sometimes. The moment Ryan stood there holding the camera, the moment Noah looked directly at him, the moment I realized my husband had known for months. But the worst part wasn't being exposed. It wasn't the divorce. It wasn't even watching Ryan walk away. It was realizing that while I was busy protecting a secret, my husband had already accepted the ending. And by the time he asked my affair partner to take our picture, the marriage itself had already faded out of the frame.